Senior Health Alert. Are these 3 common vitamins? Weakening your legs? Did you know that 3 everyday vitamins, ones you might be taking right now, could be silently weakening your legs and threatening your independence? Many seniors believe that more vitamins equal better health, but that's not always true. In fact, some supplements can do more harm than good, especially for those over 60. Taking too much of these specific vitamins can weaken muscles, damage mobility, and increase the risk of falls and fractures. Over time, they may even lead to permanent loss of movement. But don't worry, we're here to help. Let's break down which vitamins to watch out for, why they're risky, and what you can do instead to stay strong and active. Vitamin E, the silent muscle weakener. For decades, vitamin E has been praised as a miracle supplement for heart health, skin elasticity, and anti-aging. Many older adults take it daily, believing it supports vitality. But for seniors over 60, high doses of vitamin E can actually work against you, slowly weakening your muscles and making it harder to stay on your feet. Why is it dangerous? Vitamin E is fat-soluble, meaning it doesn't just pass through your body like vitamin C. Instead, it builds up in fat tissues and the liver. When taken in high doses, especially over 400 EU per day, it can disrupt muscle function and coordination. It starts off subtly, a little trouble getting up from a chair, feeling slightly off balance when turning too quickly, more fatigue than usual when walking through a store. At first, these changes might seem like normal aging, but in reality, they could be a warning sign that excessive vitamin E is interfering with muscle function. Seniors already experience natural muscle loss with age. Too much vitamin E accelerates this process, weakening the muscles that support your knees and hips. If left unchecked, it can eventually lead to increased dependence on canes, walkers, or wheelchairs, greater risk of serious falls, loss of mobility, and independence. And there's another hidden danger. Vitamin E thins the blood. For seniors on blood thinners or anticoagulant medications, this increases the risk of internal bleeding, bruising, and complications from falls. The scariest part: there are no warning signs. These effects happen gradually, making it easy to miss until it's too late. What should you do? If you're taking vitamin E supplements without a doctor's recommendation, especially in high doses, it's time to rethink your intake. Talk to your doctor to see if you really need it, or if your diet already provides enough. Vitamin A, the hidden culprit behind weak bones and muscles. Vitamin A is widely recognized for supporting vision, skin health, and immunity. But when taken in excess, it becomes a hidden threat to your bone and muscle health. Why is it dangerous? Like vitamin E, vitamin A is fat-soluble, meaning it accumulates in your body over time instead of being flushed out like water-soluble vitamins. This makes overdosing easier than you think, especially if you take multivitamins, consume cod liver oil, eat fortified foods high in vitamin A. The biggest concern? Too much vitamin A accelerates bone thinning, particularly in the hips and legs, the very bones that support movement and balance. For seniors already at risk of osteoporosis or fractures, excessive vitamin A makes bones even more fragile. Weak bones combined with weaker muscles create the perfect storm for falls and mobility loss. What should you do? If you're taking vitamin A supplements on top of a balanced diet, you could be getting too much without realizing it. Check with your doctor to adjust your intake and make sure you're not unknowingly putting your bones at risk. Even a slight increase in fragility can turn a minor stumble into a life-altering fracture. But the risk doesn't stop with your bones. Too much vitamin A can also weaken your muscles, making it harder for your legs to support you the way they once did. Many seniors notice fatigue in their thighs or hips, aches that don't seem to go away, a creeping weakness that makes walking feel like a chore. At first, it's easy to dismiss these as just part of getting older. But what if age isn't the real culprit? What if it's the very vitamin you take every morning, believing it's protecting your health? The silent impact of too much vitamin A. Unlike other vitamins that flush out of your system, vitamin A builds up in your liver and tissues. And when levels get too high, the damage happens slowly and quietly. No sudden warning signs, just subtle changes. Sitting more often because your legs feel tired, stairs feeling steeper than they used to, finding excuses to stay home rather than go for a walk. Little by little, these small shifts reshape your daily life. They chip away at your confidence, your mobility, and your independence. And before you know it, the activities you once enjoyed feel like too much effort or too much risk. What can you do? No vitamin should be taken blindly, especially after 60. Our bodies change, and so do our nutritional needs. What once nourished you could now be wearing you down. If you take vitamin A supplements, multivitamins, or fortified foods, it's time for a conversation with your doctor. The cost of ignoring this could be far greater than you realize. Vitamin B6, the energy booster, that can numb your legs. It often starts with a tingling in your toes, just a slight pins and needles sensation that comes and goes. Then it moves upward. Your feet feel dull, your steps less certain, your legs weaker. Many seniors assume this is caused by aging, poor circulation, diabetes. But what if it's not a medical condition at all? What if it's the vitamin you've been faithfully taking to boost your energy and brain power? The hidden danger of too much. B6, vitamin B6 plays a key role in metabolism and nerve function, which is why it's included in many multivitamins, brain supplements, and energy boosters. But in high doses, B6 becomes toxic to your nerves, especially in your legs and feet. The problem? Vitamin B6 toxicity doesn't go away immediately after you stop taking it. Unlike other water-soluble vitamins which your body flushes out, excess B6 can linger in your system and cause lasting nerve damage. When you overload on B6, it disrupts nerve signals, leading to a condition called peripheral neuropathy. This can cause numbness or burning in your feet, poor coordination and balance, feeling like your legs don't move the way they should. For many, this leads to tripping over nothing, struggling with stairs, or avoiding outings due to fear of falling. And in severe cases, nerve damage may be irreversible even after stopping the supplement. Why is this happening? Many over-the-counter supplements contain far more than the safe limit of 100 milligrams per day without clear warnings. Seniors, trusting that more is better, unknowingly take doses that put their mobility at risk. Protect your nerves and mobility. If you take B6 supplements, check the dosage now. If you're experiencing unexplained tingling, numbness, or weakness in your legs, talk to your doctor immediately. The real danger, the assumption that more or better. After looking at vitamin E, vitamin A, and vitamin B6, it's clear. The greatest risk isn't the supplement itself, it's the belief that all vitamins are always good. But this story isn't over. There's one more major factor quietly weakening seniors' legs every single day. It's not a vitamin, but a daily habit that's just as common and twice as overlooked. You've navigated life's ups and downs, adapted to change, and gained a lifetime of wisdom. But this isn't just another list of warnings about vitamins. This is about you. It's about recognizing that even the habits we trust, the routines we believe are helping us, must evolve as our bodies change. Wanting to stay strong, active, and independent isn't just natural, it's what has guided you this far. But what if the very supplements you take daily, perhaps with your morning coffee or as part of a long-standing routine, are quietly weakening your legs, affecting your balance, and stealing the freedom you've worked so hard to maintain? Recognizing the signs. When leg strength fades, it rarely happens overnight. The changes start small. Rising from a chair takes more effort than it used to. You pause before stepping off a curb just to feel steady. You opt for the elevator, not out of laziness, but because stairs feel uncertain. At first, it's easy to brush off. But slowly, these choices shape your daily life. You move less, you avoid outings, and before long, you start planning your day around your limitations instead of your desires. And when movement decreases, the body adapts to weakness. Muscles shrink, bones become fragile. The risk of falls, fractures, and loss of independence grows. But here's the hard truth. These changes aren't always caused by disease or aging. Sometimes they come from choices made with good intentions, but the wrong information. No one warned you that excess vitamin E might reduce your leg strength. No one explained that high doses of vitamin B6, taken to boost energy, could actually numb the nerves in your legs. But now you know, and that knowledge isn't a burden, it's a gift. Taking back control. You're not powerless in this. In fact, you have more control than you may realize. By taking a moment to review your supplements, ask your doctor the right questions, and listen to what your body has been trying to tell you, you can take a powerful step toward protecting your mobility, your independence, and your quality of life. It's not too late to make a change. Your body is still capable of strength, recovery, and resilience, but it requires the right care and attention. So take a moment, pause, reflect. Look at what you're putting into your body every day, because the choices you make now don't just affect how you feel today, they shape the path you'll walk tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, there's another truth we need to confront, one that may be even more damaging than the wrong vitamins. A habit so common, so routine, that most people never think twice about it. Let's uncover it next. What should you do now? Now that you know the truth, the next question is the most important one. What can you do to protect your strength, your independence, and the life you've worked so hard to build? The answer isn't fear, it isn't guilt, it's something far more powerful. Awareness. Awareness is the foundation of all change. It's not about regretting past choices. It's about making better ones today with the wisdom you now have. Step 1. Reevaluate your supplements. Start by taking a hard look at the supplements you're using, not with panic, but with purpose. That bottle on your counter, how long have you been taking it? Have you ever questioned what's inside? Do you know the exact dosage and whether you still need it? It's easy to trust labels that promise heart health, brain support, or anti-aging. But the truth is, your body is unique, and what worked for you years ago might not be what you need today. Step 2. Have an informed conversation with your doctor. Not all doctors specialize in the complexities of aging, and many seniors are given generic, one-size-fits-all health advice. You deserve better. Schedule a visit. Bring your supplement bottles. Ask specific questions. Do I still need this? Is my dosage too high? Could this be affecting my strength or balance? Your health isn't about following trends or assumptions. It's about precision. The right nutrients can help you thrive, but too much of the wrong ones can slowly take away your vitality. Step 3. The bigger picture. But supplements are only one piece of the puzzle. There's another critical factor that could be quietly working against you every single day, one that has nothing to do with vitamins. In fact, this habit is so deeply ingrained in modern life that most people never even think to question it. Yet it could be accelerating your decline faster than any supplement ever could. Your health isn't a guessing game, and the best way to truly understand what's happening inside your body is to get the facts. Ask your doctor for a comprehensive blood test, not just the basics, but a full nutrient panel that includes your vitamin levels. Numbers don't lie. They can reveal if your levels are too high, if there's an imbalance, or if your body is storing more than it should. This isn't about chasing perfection. It's about preventing harm before it becomes irreversible. And remember, food, not pills, is your body's preferred source of nourishment. Whenever possible, rely on real whole foods to meet your nutritional needs. Fresh vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats aren't just good choices. They're nature's most powerful medicine. Supplements can have a place in your routine, but they should never replace thoughtful eating and balanced living. Taking action now isn't a sign of fear, it's a declaration of strength. It means you value your health enough to protect it. It means you're not willing to settle for decline when clarity and change are within reach. You've lived too long and come too far to let avoidable mistakes steal your mobility, your safety, or your independence. But there's still one more piece of the puzzle we need to address, because even if your vitamin levels are perfectly balanced, there's another silent force working against your legs, one that most people never even think about. It's the way you sit, move, and the amount of time you spend still. And it may be shaping your future in ways you never imagined. Let's take a closer look. A personal note from someone who understands. There's something time teaches you that no book, doctor, or expert ever can. After living nearly a century through change, love, loss, and resilience, I've come to realize something important. The greatest threat we face in our later years isn't illness. It's believing that decline is inevitable. Too often, I've seen friends surrender to weakness, chalking it up to just getting older. They never stop to question the silent forces working against them. I've watched strong, independent people lose their footing, sometimes quite literally, because of something as small and overlooked as a daily pill they thought was helping. I'm not speaking to you as a doctor. I'm speaking as someone who has walked the same path you're on, someone who has felt the quiet fear of losing strength, of hesitating before a staircase, of wondering whether one fall could be the beginning of the end. I have lived through it, and that's why I'm telling you this, not to scare you, but to wake you up. You still have choices, you still have power, and most importantly, you still have time to protect what matters most, your legs, your balance, your freedom. We all want to live long lives, but the real question is, how do we live strong ones? The answer isn't in chasing every new supplement on the market or believing that more is always better. It's in listening to your body to the quiet changes, to the wisdom that age gives us if we're willing to pay attention. It's about questioning routines that no longer serve us and having the courage to change course when something isn't right. I share this with you because I believe deeply that growing older does not mean growing weaker. Yes, we may have grey hair and slower steps, but our decisions still carry weight. Your health isn't behind you, it's still unfolding in front of you. The strength you protect today is the independence you keep tomorrow. So don't wait, listen closely, choose wisely, and walk forward steady and proud, knowing that you are still in charge. The quiet power of choosing wisely in your later years. Aging isn't about loss. It's a transition into a different kind of strength, one that depends less on speed and more on wisdom. And yet, even with all the experience we carry, it's easy to overlook the quiet things that erode our health over time. Not all threats come loudly. Some arrive silently, disguised as helpful routines or well-meaning habits, and often it begins with something as small as a vitamin taken out of trust, not knowledge. But now you know that your body at this stage in life needs more care, not in the form of more pills, but in the form of more thoughtful choices. You know that the strength in your legs, the balance in your steps, and the confidence in your movements are not just physical, they are deeply tied to your independence and your dignity. Because when you begin to lose them, you don't just lose strength, you lose freedom. The freedom to take a walk around the block, the freedom to visit your grandchildren, the quiet satisfaction of doing things on your own. But this is not a story of loss, this is a story of awareness. And with awareness comes power, the power to shift the path ahead. You don't need to live in fear, but you do need to live with intention. Look closely at the choices you're making. Question what you've always done. Seek advice that respects your age, your body, and your history. And above all, believe that you are still capable of change. You deserve a future where your steps are steady, where your body supports your spirit, and where your years are not defined by limitations, but by the grace with which you meet them. Let this be your moment to take back control, not by doing more, but by doing what truly matters. Because growing older doesn't mean giving in, it means growing wiser. And wisdom, when acted upon, is the strongest medicine of all. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect. What's one thing you've learned today that you plan to apply in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's support each other on this journey to living fully, wisely, and with strength. If you found this valuable, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.